Diana Finley. I hope you had a great break. I know this year, or the past year, has been a little different, and this year is going to look a little different as well. But one thing remained the same. We are still having our HERO program. So throughout this video, you are going to learn different ways to be a hero here at Diana Finley. Now, if you remember from last year, H stands for honesty, E is engagement, R is respectful, and O is organized. Throughout this video, you're going to learn how to maintain honesty, maintain engagement, show respect to your peers and all adults and staff in the building, and be organized so you can have a successful school year here. So stay tuned for all the fun information.
Honesty, being truthful even when it's not the easy thing to say.
Honesty is doing the right thing even when no one's watching.
Honesty is telling the truth and completing your own tasks.
Being engaged means being an active listener. Being engaged means giving your best effort.
Being engaged is eyes that are watching and ears that are listening.
Being respectful means being kind to everyone.
Being respectful means having a zero in the hallway. Follow adult directions.
Boys and girls, organized means completing work on time.
All right, keeping your area clean and your materials in the correct spot.
Being organized means coming to school with your iPad charged.
All right, everybody, I hope that you had an enjoyable time listening to some of our teachers explain what honesty, engagement, being respectful, and organized means here at Vienna. So now what I'm going to do is review this matrix with you. And you can also find this exact same one hanging up in our hallway by our teacher's lounge. So what does being honest, engaged, respectful, organized look like in classrooms, restrooms, hallways, cafeterias, recess, and the bus? Well, that's very important to know. So being honest in the classroom might look like doing your own work, telling the truth, following the classroom instruction, and listening to your teacher. Restrooms, if you see a problem, make sure you report it to another adult. And then, of course, only leave the classroom when there's an emergency. And then you will follow the restroom rules, and you will tell a teacher when you need to go. Now, how do you be honest in the hallway? Well, you'll follow the hallway rules and procedures, and you'll tell the truth if you are having issues with the rules. This year, there are different rules in place in the hallways. As you can see on our floor when you were here, there are arrows pointing to go one direction and the other direction, and they're spaced 6 feet apart. Those are some new rules that we have here at school. Now, how do you be honest in the cafeteria? Well, you'll follow the cafeteria rules, you'll tell the truth, and you'll report a problem if you see it. Also, maintaining your assigned seats in the cafeteria if you have one. Recess, of course, similar things. You'll play fair with others, you'll share and you'll be kind, and you'll follow the playground rules. This year, our playground looks a little bit different as there are sections and zones for each class to play in. Being honest might look like staying in your own zone, okay? And that's to help not spread COVID. Now, bus. Of course, report all bus problems to the monitor or the bus driver, and then you'll follow the bus rules. Now, what does engaged look like in the classroom, restroom, hallway, cafeteria, recess, and bus? Well, engagement means always participating in all the activities. Be attentive. That means having your eyes watching, your ears listening, your mouth quiet, and your body still, okay? Use your best effort. Try your best. And if you need help, ask. There's nothing wrong with asking if you need help, okay? And then model appropriate behavior for others. So if you want respect, you got to show respect. If you want kindness, you have to act kind. Now in the restroom, make sure you model appropriate behaviors. You return back to class quickly, okay? Hallway, how can you be engaged in the hallway? Well, making sure you're following the rules, especially now with our new guidelines in place about staying separated and following the directions and staying on the right side of the hallway. Cafeteria, how can you be engaged while you're eating? Well, there's lots of ways. Make sure you are watching what you're doing while you're eating so you make less of a mess. Make healthy food choices, okay? Decide lunch options before entering the cafeteria, which is something you do every morning. Recess. Being engaged at recess means noticing your surroundings and making sure that if someone's playing basketball over there, you're aware of it just in case to keep yourself protected. And then bus. Listen to the bus driver. Use your eyes and ears when an adult is talking to you, no matter if they're in the classroom or on the bus. Now, being respectful. Being respectful is a big one, okay? So in the classroom, being respectful looks like following directions the first time a teacher asks you to do something, okay? Speak with appropriate voice and only when allowed by classroom procedures. So that means that we follow our levels, whether that's a level 0 in the classroom, a 1, a 2, or a 3, or 4, okay? So probably classrooms are either a level 0 or a level 1. Being respectful doesn't mean shouting out really, really, really loudly when you have something to say and not even raising your hand, okay? So always raise your hand and wait patiently. That shows that you're respecting your teacher and everyone else around you. Also, take turns, okay? And treat others the way that you want to be treated. Now, in the restrooms, clean up after yourself, wash your hands, okay? And that's very, very important this year to make sure that you're washing your hands and staying safe, okay? Now, always flush as well. That is great hygiene practice. Hallways, be silent, be at a level 0. That means that you're respecting everyone else around you while everyone else is learning. Be considerate of others, okay? So watch your distance when walking up on somebody, okay? Cafeteria, use your table manners, okay? Use your napkins, use your silverware, chew with your mouth closed, say excuse me, things like that. And then recess, share with others, and then keep the playground clean, or whichever zone you are in. The bus, keep hands and feet to yourself, speak nicely to everyone, be at whatever level the bus driver says to be at, and you'll make sure you follow the rules given. Organized. Okay, so organization is very important, okay? In the classroom, you can show organization by remaining seated and keep and leave your area organized. So if my desk had multiple papers and sticky notes all over it and pens and pencils everywhere, I would feel nervous. I would feel anxious. My heart would be beating so fast all the time because I would never know where anything is. So being organized also makes you feel calmer. So being organized in the classroom means you have all your materials that you need. Your iPad is charged, you have a pencil, you have a pen, and everything is clean and in order. You don't have loose papers everywhere. In the restroom, organized means just keep it clean and throw away your trash. Hallway, you can show organization by keep up with your pace or keep up with your class while they're walking in line. Stay in a straight line and make sure you follow the social distancing guidelines. Cafeteria, single file line, same thing. Keep your area clean, okay? And that's just respectful to, that just shows respect for the custodians when you keep your area clean. At recess, you collect and protect all the equipment and you take turns with it. So collecting and protecting the equipment, that is a big responsibility. And if we organize our equipment, we'll have it for a lot longer. And then of course the bus, one good way to stay organized on the bus is to enter and exit in a nice manner, okay? No pushing or shoving and no hurry to get off the bus. We will get you off, especially with some new procedures in place. We have to make sure we do things the way we're told. So if we might have you guys wait on the bus before we check your temperature, that just means wait with manners. I hope you guys enjoyed this and you guys really have an understanding of what hero means, okay? In this next segment, you're going to hear a message from Miss Koppel. Then you'll see me again and I'm going to read you a story. And then we might be done with the video after we discuss how this year's program is going to work and how you guys are going to earn points. Okay, see you in just a bit.
Hey Vienna family! Being a hero is so much more than these 4 words. It's about being a little bit better each day. It's about taking care of all of our friends and all of our staff, and it's about showing up and doing the right thing in all the right moments. And we know that sometimes you're going to mess up, and heroes mess up too. But what a hero always does is they get back up and they recognize their mistakes and they try to be better. So we know that that's what you're going to do too, and we can't wait to see you be a hero at Vienna Family.
Hello boys and girls. So now I'm going to be reading a story about even superheroes have bad days. So just like Miss Koppel said, even heroes mess up, and that's okay. It's kind of what you do after you mess up what matters. So like I said, we're going to read this story about every superhero has bad days. Just like the rest of us, superheroes have bad days. They could use superpowers to cause a big scene or run amok and act super mean. But even when they're really, really mad, they won't act super bad. This fabulously fun rhyming book shows how superheroes find a way to get a grip on their emotions. They can do it, and so can you. When superheroes don't get their way, when they're sad, when they're mad, when they have a bad day, they could use superpowers to kick, punch, and pound. They could shriek, they could screech with an ear-piercing sound. They could crush wooden crates and bend metal gates. They could throw trucks and buses across several states. They could knock over buildings like towers of blocks and crumble the streets into rumbles and rocks. They could use laser eyes to ignite forest fires or fling boomerangs to deflate the town's tires. But upset superheroes have all sorts of choices. Instead of destruction and loud, livid voices, they burn angry steam off with speed of light hiking or super extreme outer space mountain biking. So they're taking their anger out somewhere else. They race to the rescue of people in need and delight in the joy of a super good deed. They hatch super plans to help banish world sadness, building fabulous theme parks for giggles and gladness. They chase wanted bad guys with supercharged zing, dragging hundreds to jail while police dance and sing. They track down and tame super mincing beasts and transform pity parties to victory feasts. But displeased superheroes who don't feel serene could have super temptations to cause a bad scene. They could blast icy blizzards on hot afternoons or walloping twisters and monster typhoons. They could spin super web, super far, super sticky, and tangle up towns with their silk super icky. They could rotate the planet and mess up world time, or sit back and relax while the world fills with crime. When superheroes don't get their way, when they're sad, when they're mad, when they've had a bad day, they could super rampage. They could, but they don't, because real superheroes just wouldn't. They won't. Instead, they dig down to their super best part, the strong superpowers contained in their heart. And using their talents as true heroes should, They battle the urge to do harm. Though they could, they acknowledge their sorrow, their anger, their pain as they wait for their super emotions to wane. It's okay to frown, it's okay to sigh, it's even okay if they slump down and cry. But then they get up and get on with their day, saving the world in the most super way. So just like in our story, it says that even superheroes have bad day, but instead they dig down to their super best part, the strong superpowers contained in their heart. And you guys have those same superpowers. Now, we might not have fast lightning speed or be able to be invisible or be Iron Man or Thor or anything like that, but we do have superpowers contained in our heart. And we can acknowledge our feelings, and then once we acknowledge them, we maybe take some deep breaths or talk to somebody about them, and then we move on with our day, just like in these superheroes. And it is okay to frown, it's okay to sigh, it's even okay to slump down and cry. All those feelings are totally okay. Even superheroes have those feelings. So here at Vienna, we're not saying that you can't have those feelings, we're just saying acknowledge them. And then get up and get on with the day, just like in our book. And throughout the year, when I come into your classrooms, we'll talk a lot about how to cope with some of those strong feelings. Okay, in our next segment, I'm going to talk about how we earn points in our new house system. So, right now I'm going to talk to you about how our actual HERO program is going to run this year and how you can earn points for doing all those things, for being honest, engaged, respectful, and organized, and just being overall kind to one another. So, this year, similar as last year, you are going to earn points by doing those things. Now, you will be broken up into groups that we are calling houses. There will be a yellow house, a blue house, a green house, and a red house. These houses will have random kids on them. You might be in a house color, like a greenhouse, and your buddy might be in a blue house. You might have a third grader on a greenhouse and a first grader on a greenhouse. Each kid is on a different color house, and your teacher is on a colored house as well. In a few moments, you guys are going to open up your envelope that your teacher passed out recently. In this envelope, you will see either a yellow button, a blue button, a green button, or a red button. These buttons will go on your lanyard just like this. Okay? Once you have your color, that tells you what team you are on. Now, throughout the year, we might have house competitions where green house is competing against red house, or which house has the most points for engaged. Okay, so everyone is broken up into houses. And in a few moments, we are going to reveal which house you're on and which house your teacher's on. Okay, so it's going to be really exciting to see, is your teacher your house leader or not? Okay, so your teacher may not be your house leader. You might be walking down the hallway one day and seeing a teacher in a yellow house shirt, and you might be like, hey man, we're in the same house. Look, I have a yellow button. I'm in a yellow house. And it's just a great way to build relationships. At the end of each 9 weeks, we will have a big house party to celebrate whichever house earned the most points or whichever house completed that challenge. Okay? You are still being rewarded for your house participants. So it's not class against class like it's been in the past. It's house against house, and there's 4 houses. And your button tells you what color of house you are on. So You can also log in to your Hero student app to see where you are and how many points you've been earning. Now, similar to last year, each month we will still have the cart come around and you can purchase a ticket to use to buy a certain item. Now, we may have less items on the cart this year, but that's because at the end of 9 weeks we will be celebrating you guys and your houses, okay? Secondly, with that, the houses will get rewards as well, and then you will be able to use your points once a month. Every time you get to 100, whether you spend your points or not, you will earn your house colored shirt. Your house colored shirt looks just like your buttons. They're green and they will say Greenhouse Vienna Finley, okay? And that way we can recognize who made it to get, who earned their house colored shirt, okay? Who got enough points to earn that. Now, I am going to reveal what house I am on. And I wonder if you guys can guess out of yellow, blue, green, or red. I will say there's a clue in the room. If you guessed red, you are correct. I am in the red house. I wore yellow to trick you guys, but I am on the red team. So if you opened up your envelope and you have a red button, just like I do, you're part of my team. So woo! In just a second, your teacher is going to reveal in some type of special way what house they belong to, and it'll be cool to see if you guys are on that team or not. We'll also hopefully be having a little teacher parade so you can see which teacher is on part of your house leaders. All right, guys, I hope you guys enjoy. If you have any questions about your house or what it means, please ask your teacher or feel free to come and ask me. All right, good luck.
Some of you might be wondering what this means if you are participating virtually. Well, you are still able to earn points, you are still able to receive rewards for those points, and you will still be on a house. You will just get your button here shortly. We just have to get it delivered to you, okay? Now, with that, how you might earn points virtually is doing all those same things, but from home. So being honest with your teacher virtually, being engaged, making sure that you're focused on your assignments, turning in your assignments on time, and responding to your teacher, or maybe even responding at home. And then, of course, being respectful and organized. You are still able to earn points virtually. All right, see you guys soon.
Be a hero today.